Hey everyone, it's Stefanie Garcia, and this is the Art of Becoming series, where we talk all about the journey between where you are right now and where you want to be, and all the stuff that has to happen in between to get you there. If you're ready, let's get started. Hey everybody, how are you doing? Two things before I get started today. First, you may or may not hear some rain in the background here. It's been raining all day and pretty heavy at times, but I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. And hopefully it won't be too bad, but I apologize if it is, as much as I can apologize for the rain. Second thing, I wanted to read a comment that I received on last week's episode, which was all about the art of change. I thought it was really, it's a really great comment that I feel segues perfectly into today's episode. So it's from Monique Ricardo, and she says, yes to feelings are our evolution. Sorry, let me say it again. Yes to feelings as our evolution. Lately, I've made it through some big changes by being willing to deal with feelings, both good and bad. And that has helped to turn it into more good than bad. I loved this part of her comment. I feel like when we are willing to feel our feelings, both good and bad, I feel like we gain more than we think we're going to lose. And I feel like that part right there, and you're going to find out in a little bit as I get further into this episode, you're going to find out what I'm talking about. I feel like, again, it segues perfectly in what we're going to talk about. So anyway, without further ado, let's talk about commitment. Or rather the lack or the inability for us to commit. When I talk about commitment, what comes up for you? If you're anything like me, it has been something that I have resisted for a long while. And it could be just because I'm a Gemini, and the idea of committing to one thing and cutting off all other options just is an absolute no to me. It's something that just was like, I can't do it. It was stifling me. And I know it's that part of being a Gemini that just want to float to everything, right? But as I've grown, I've come to realize that I was going about it the wrong way. And I believe we all are going about it the wrong way. And that's what I want to share today in this episode. So I think we're going about trying to fix our inability to commit from a place of willpower. I think we're coming from a place of force. We're trying to come from a place of trying to make this thing happen. But I don't think committing to the thing is that important. In fact, I'd probably go as far as to say that committing to the thing isn't important at all. I want to give you a reframe, so stick with me. When you're committing, when you're deciding to go for this thing, to make this thing happen, you're not really committing to the thing. You're aiming. You're aiming at the thing that you want, but what you're really committing to is the journey of getting there. I want you to really hear that. It's not about the thing, okay? It's not about receiving the thing, getting the thing. What we are wanting, our desire, is the thing that we are aiming for, right? So if we were pulling back a bow and arrow, the target would be the thing that we're wanting, right? But the commitment that we have is in pulling back that bow and holding it steady. And if you've ever done archery, you know that there's a lot of technique to holding the bow and stretching it back, and your stance and everything that goes into that. What you're committing is in aiming all of that and putting that out right, doing all those things the right way in order to aim for that thing, in order to get it. What we're committing to is becoming that version of ourselves that can have this thing, that can do this thing, that can make this thing happen, that can hold it, right? That's what we're committing to. And that's a process. That's a journey. It's a journey of undoing. It's a journey of overcoming. It's a journey of steadfastness. It's a journey of willingness. It's a willingness to feel what you're going to feel along the way. It's a willingness to deal with the thoughts and the fears and the resistance that's going to come up as you're moving towards this thing, and still step forward and through it again and again and again. It's that willingness that when you feel that tightness, that resistance, and that fear, you're willing to take another step and then take another step and another step in spite of it. It's a willingness to put yourself out there and face the possible rejection and deal with the feelings that could come up from that rejection. It's a commitment to the process. And I think we instinctively know that. I think that's why so many of us actually hold ourselves back. We can kind of sense and feel that the journey is going to ask something of us. And I think that the reason that we hold ourselves back and we resist is because we don't think we can handle whatever we feel like the journey, we think the journey is going to ask of us. So that's the reason that we resist committing. The thing is we can handle it. We actually can handle growing and evolving and becoming that version of ourselves. We just may have to stretch a bit. And it's that stretching that may not always feel comfortable. So that's all I have on commitment, but I want to hear from you. What has been your experience with commitment? Has it been something that you've been really successful with, or has it been something that you've tried committing, but then you seem to keep hitting that wall? Has what I said today really helped you with that? I'd like to know. Let me know in the comments. If you're listening to the podcast, please leave me a review and let me know how I'm doing. As always, please like and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the newest episodes I've got coming at you, because I love sharing this journey with you and I love this interaction we've got going on here. Until next time, everybody, take care. Bye. Thanks so much for listening. If you'd like, share this episode with a friend. That way we can get it into the ears of people who need it the most. You can also visit my website at theartofbecoming.me. While there, you can go ahead and download my guide, Own That Shit, 3 ways to own who you are, own what you do, and own it out into the world. Thank you again so much for listening, and I'll speak to you soon.